Hi, I'm Marcus Dwayne, formerly known as the Dating Doctor, and today I want to talk to you about romance and finance and toxic mindsets. A few days ago, a friend of mine posted a status talking about racism and how black people tend to not name their children cultural names because of the fact that they want their children to be able to get jobs and not be discriminated against later on in life. And I have to talk about how this is really a toxic mindset that we tend to carry in our community. Understanding that we don't really know finance, and finance is pretty much what's going to further us as a nation and as a people. To be 100% honest, we have to look at it like this. If you're preparing your child just so they can get into a system that doesn't already accept them, then you're really preparing them for their own destruction. We have to teach our children how to be owners, how to be bosses, how to be CEOs, and to be the proprietors of their own companies and things of that nature. But that comes from us preparing the way for our children. Now, I grew up in a single parent household, and I saw my mom struggle a lot financially, and no child really wants to see their parent go through that. As a parent, you shouldn't even want to go through that because you don't want to come home and be stressed out and then your child comes to you and they say something or they need something and you go off because you can't afford it or financially you're struggling. See, the thing is, we look for so many temporary satisfactions that make us feel good. And that's why we buy all these things and then we end up living outside of our means and we can't really afford to do the things for our children that we want. I see it every day. I talk to people about it every day. When you have financial stresses on you, you don't live as freely and you don't react the same to your children as you would if you weren't financially burdened. So we have to learn to stop taking the trips out of town and the vacations and take that $2,000 or $3,000 and invest it in the stock market. And if you don't know anything about it, you need to learn it. That's something you need to learn about: financial security, financial peace. And when you start learning those things and you build an empire, so when your child turns 18, you know what? You don't have to apply for a business loan. I have money reserved for you. I put that money aside for you. You don't have to apply for student loans or car loans. I put money aside for that for you. So you can succeed whether you decide to go into that system or not. And this is why it's so important to choose the right partner with the right mindset. See, when we talk about dating, we talk about building families and things of that nature. And in order for us to build successful families, we have to have finance. Now, when we talk about finance, people get a little bit itchy and they get upset and they say things like, well, that's not true. And then even the religious people come at me, well, the money is the root of all evil. And I was like, well, the Bible also says that money answereth all problems. So you can't give me the negative part and not give me the positive also. We have to learn how to build for the future. Romance and finance go hand in hand. To build a healthier and happier family, you have to have time to spend with that family. So learn to invest your money in yourself and in your children's future.